So I feel we have a bigger influence when it comes to a lot of advice.
We
so
do. Yeah.
Why not use that platform to teach things like financial literacy, because it eventually will give the kids the financial freedom. Do you want to start your college years with a ton of debt, or are there ways to work towards it, right? I think there's so much research done that just managing financials and in general, like even poverty, it can be, you can teach somebody to come out of it.
Yeah.
So I think we have a bigger impact as women. We have, the sisters we can reach out to,
Right.
friends,
Yeah.
and there's a support system. So why not use that to positively influence and grow your friends and their children and our network, so that not only all of us and anyone surrounding us financially plan and prosper, their children would too, right?
Yes.
So I think it's looking at that angle of how can you plan and influence, not just day to day, but to build a better community
Right.
that we live in.
Yeah. I love it. Managing, and then also that can help for us to have those conversations about actually building wealth
Right.
for our families. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun ways actually technology has helped people do, whether it's investments. Well, there are a lot of pitfalls because it's so easy to access investment and other tools. If you wisely choose it and don't do a lot of risk-based, but talk to others, educate yourself, and then learn as you go. There are a lot of platforms because of technology that
Right.
people can start saving, investing.
That's what I love about technology.
Right.
Because I think what it has done for us is like helped us and forced us to have conversation that we haven't had, especially in
Right.
communities of color.
Right.
And so I think that's amazing that we have all of these products and
Right.
Things you're creating.
And there's
and
a trust
designing.
factor.
Yeah.
So there's, I think, two sides to it. Before, we did not have access to like the apps or the technology enabled platforms where people could go to. It was either a financial institute or a bank, which was traditionally, not so diverse. And then it had so many verifications and checks and balances that they had to go to, that created a barrier for a lot of people, especially of color, to do investments. I mean, let alone investments, just buy a house, right? And take a mortgage that was fairly offered.
Right.
So, an app or a banking platform does not see anybody. They don't see the color, they don't see the age, so that gives anyone the opportunity to really come in and then choose a platform that would work for them. Again, there's so many applications, so it's important to work with the community and educate yourself when you choose to go with an application or a platform. What are the pros and cons? And then there is so much content that you can read and educate ourselves. So if you're doing an investment, like I don't know everything, so I try to read
up on it,
and also check on like communities like who are actually doing an investment or a portfolio. Like, what is everyone else saying? Like, are there trends? So it's very interesting. I think technology has given that platform to not only be able access to the platform, but community.
Right.
So you're not blindly going through a promotion and signing up for something. People have the freedom to decide as well.
On their own.
Yeah.
You've worked for like various companies, working the ladder up, and known as the top 25 women in the world for FinTech. Like, that is so amazing.
Yeah, it's very humbling. I'm like, when people say that.
Clap for you. And then you got a recent recognition.
Thank you.
Where at? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's the New York City Women in FinTech. They also nominated 65 women of various categories in FinTech space, from founders to product launchers in the space, where they held an event at New York Stock Exchange and promoted 65 fellow females in the industry. So I'm very humbled to be part of that cohort. It's amazing to see other women, but from that group, I would say it's more amazing to see how the impact that women can bring to other women, right? Like the women who started that organization constantly work towards promoting women,
right? Yeah.
Across the nation. So that is very inspiration for me to see that and be part of that recognition. So it encourages me to do more work for not only our immediate community, but reach out with confidence, like, hey, like, we are so connected. Why not give your time for wherever it's needed, like whether it's to support women or children in STEM. It only takes time, but it's very impactful if you if anyone can volunteer their time to promote each other. As I said, like it's better when not only you, like you can promote everyone around you,
right?
To get better in everything that you do, from financial planning to career opportunities, because then you'll have a circle of better and stronger people around you,
and like just having that community,
right?
Because sometimes women of influence, they may feel alone, and so just to have that community to be recognized around other great women,
definitely,
that's awesome. That's a blessing,
definitely. And that's what we should take for our lives too, right? In general, like we should support our friends, like make them better than us. So,
that's why I believe in supporting you.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yes,
I do.
That. And so like getting to like the roles that you have, like you were at FIS, for a while, and then you transition over to another company, and then now you're at another company. So what I want to talk a little bit more about today is where you are at today. I know you've done great things at FIS and JP Morgan, but now you are at Greenwood.
I'm at Bank Greenwood. So it's a mission-driven organization. The name Greenwood has originated from the original Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I don't have to go into a whole lot of details, that everyone knows the events that took place and the unfortunate events that took place there. So that with the mission of recreating 100 years later, recreating the wealth back to the community. So my role with the organization is VP of Engineering. I am responsible for building the platform that will launch out a financial technology platform for our community and anyone who's supporting the community to have initially banking options, and then we'll eventually launch out other products, but getting the product out to market and rolling out to the wait list and eventually expanding on it is my current role. It's a challenge. It's a big challenge.
And I hear, correct me if I'm wrong, but the waiting list is over 500,000.
That's correct.
People.
Yes. So that is.
How did you guys get that much, traffic? How did you get the word out? Because I definitely see it on social media for sure. But what else do you think have helped for people to buy into what you guys are doing at Greenwood?
I think biggest thing is I would give a lot of credit to founders, Ryan Glower, Killer Mike, who's very popular. They have given a commitment to the community and then taken action to create this financial platform. So there is obviously a huge need. That's why I have already signed up way before the product started to launch to show interest that they're waiting in the wait list. As I said, that going back to being engaged with the community, I feel is the biggest success factor. So all the credit goes to our founders understanding the need that the community have. And timing, and then taking the risks to put all the investment to build a product so the community as a whole can grow. There is plans to have content and which would help educate the community and eventually get the community engaged back into the financial platform to understand how what are the products they need, and then expand on that so everyone is part of that wealth building process.
Yeah, what I love about what you guys are already doing is you have like these different resources. You have a podcast, you have a blog, you have all these different resources that people can look into and read about, about not just about the company, but like how can they, build on their financial wellness and things like that. So that's what I really love. I'm like, okay, you guys really got it going on over there. I know because of you, I am definitely going to make sure I have my account open.
Awesome.
Yes, for sure. So I'll be doing that. Opening my account within the next few days. I did get the email.
Family. Yes, you're in the friends and family cycle, so I'm excited to invite you to that.
I'm excited to be a part of that. How can other linkers? How can other people be a part of it? Where do they go to sign up to be on the wait list, or what does that look like?
So our main website is bankgreenwood.com. There are other sites who are trying to attract the traffic as well, but our main website is the bankgreenwood.com, and then right now we are in beta and then friends and family phase. And we just started launching to our first couple of hundred waitlist customers. So it's exciting to see the actual customers who have been waiting this long. So the way to continue to get onto the waitlist is to go and sign up to our waitlist through bankgreenwood.com. And then if you invite your friends, you can bump up the list of the wait list, so you do get in referrals.
Well, I'm inviting all the linkers, everybody, women, all the women, and of course, like you said, women, we have impact. So then they're gonna tell their husbands and their children, and they're gonna tell everybody in the community, so we can make sure we sign up. And I love what's going on. I'm happy that you're a part of it, because I'm all about the empowerment of our people first and foremost. And so this is a major deal for us.
Definitely. And then we are just launching, as I said, to the wait list first, and then in our initial product launch we still have the giving program, where you can round up for good for the Gooder program, NAACP, NCFP. There's multiple programs that are very impact to our communities that we are already supporting before we started even launching the product, because it is very important to give back to the community and then make sure everyone in the community moves forward along in this journey. So that's very exciting as I'm building the product, seeing it work, to see one of the first things that get rolled out is the giving program along with the banking platform. So
What is
very exciting.
What does it feel like to be a part of this history?
It's amazing. I work alongside with some amazing people, amazing leaders, and especially some amazing women. And in our group, we also have another top 25 females working alongside me who I learn from every day. So it's while we have challenges, it does make a difference to work beside strong individuals, strong females who are very mission driven. That's what we wake up every day like to take on the challenge and not get discouraged because of the mission. So that definitely helps.
So we know you are making a difference just in what you do alone. But before we close out, why Greenwood? Why should we look into it? Why should we want to put trust our dollars with the company?
So great question, and everyone should ask that question for any application or a financial application or investment that you do. I think asking that question is key, so people are not misinformed in general, right? Like you're trusting somebody with your money, hard-earned money. So I would say from a technology side, we have, everyone in the engineering team is brought in from world-class engineering teams who have done FinTech products in the past, who have made sure that security and quality is number one in our products. So while we are taking time to slowly deliver the products, we make sure, I think, quality and security is number one. So when you look at your identity, the security around your data, and then the financial aspects, those gates are in place, in par with the top fintechs that we have worked for and beyond. We are leveraging the latest technology, latest security gates to make sure all the technology that nobody sees are in place, iterated through, so we are not just giving a product, but we are making sure that the product is highly secure. Because while we are aware, while we have a lot of supporters, that also creates a lot of cyber threats and other type of non-supporters. So from a technology angle, that's a huge focus we've put on knowing that risk factor on our product to make sure we offer the best. And then beyond that, once you start investing, saving, and banking, we will start engaging with the community and drive content to educate the community as well. So in anticipation of what's planned and what we plan to bring in, the influence that we want to do, that alone is very like a holistic solution that we want to provide. So, and then why not do it with our community, and move forward as a community to make that change.
Okay, I'm for it. I'm definitely for it. But we definitely want to ask that question so we know why we want to support and invest, and definitely the programs that you have to give back and to educate, I think is one of the great benefits.
Definitely.
So I'm all for it. And it's only online, correct? So there's no physical location.
We do not have a physical location just because that's where the need is. However, we do have customer support. We have the human interaction aspect to make sure we only give the best and world-class service to our customers. But anyone can access the application from anywhere in the world. So
And this was birthed out of where? So this is based out of, the company is based?
Our founders are in Atlanta. So it's an Atlanta-based FinTech company.
Okay, thank you, Dee. I appreciate you sharing with us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.